Right, boys, welcome back. So, the topic we're going to speak about today is something that unfortunately, and actually, fortunately, let's say, is not going to apply to everyone. Not everyone is going to understand this message. Not everyone is going to relate to it. Not everyone is going to agree to it. And you know what? For the people that this message isn't aimed for, you can probably close the video as soon as I say the thing, because if it doesn't relate to you, trust me, you have maybe something to gain if you still watch the video, but realistically, you have nothing to gain from it if you're not willing to put in the work. The thing that I want to speak about today, my friend, is the fact that for some guys, for some people like me, for some people like you, I hope, there is no way out. And what do I mean when there is no way out? For some people, there will be nothing like getting on self-improvement and staying on that path and nothing else. This obviously does not mean that you will never get to enjoy your life, you will never get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But the point of it is that there will be nothing as fulfilling in your life as sticking to the things that really work for you, to the really important things. But here's the catch. You're not going to figure this out because of me saying this to you. This is something that you're gonna experience by on your own, and you're gonna know if you're this kind of person or not. You're gonna find yourself in situations where maybe you will start to have some kind of success. Say that perhaps you're getting a little bit leaner, you're becoming more focused, more disciplined, you're making maybe some progress on your business, on your channel, on whatever the fuck you're making progress in. And you're like, yeah man, I'm the fucking shit, I'm doing all of these things here and I'm making good progress. And then suddenly, because you started to feel like you're the shit, you're like, you know what, I can take a little bit of time off perhaps from working out. I can take a little bit of time off, from making videos, from meditating, from following my habits, from doing all of the things that are really good. I can take some time away from reading and doing all of this shit. And that, my friend, is where you fail. That is where you're wrong, because for some people, sure, that might even work. For some people, you might enjoy making a little bit of progress and then basically going back to the starting point. It's not like you're gonna lose all the muscle. The muscle is still gonna be there, but you're not gonna look as good. You're gonna have a bit more of a bloated stomach. You're gonna have more junk food in your system that's gonna make you feel like shit. You're gonna have more brain fog. You're gonna have less drive to do things, to go to the gym. Your workouts aren't gonna hit the same. You're not gonna have that same kind of aggression that you need to really make it. And you know what? If this isn't for you, if perhaps pushing yourself to your limit in a sense, as much as you can and as often as you can, isn't really for you, good. That simply means that you aren't cut out to be who you really want to be. And if that sentence hurts a little bit, good, because it should. Because if you truly believe that you are not made to be who you really want to be, if you truly believe inside of yourself that, you know what, I'm not really made for this shit. Like, yeah, I could do it, but like, I have to really focus, I have to sacrifice certain things, and I'm not really willing to sacrifice maybe the stinky hole you're going out with. I'm not really willing to sacrifice the smoking and partying and drinking and the other stinky holes that you can go and find over there. But like I said, there was a catch in this thing here. And it's the fact that I can tell you as many times as possible in a day. I can literally have this on loop inside of your ears 24/7. The thing is, even if I were to tell you every day, it would make no difference. Because this is the kind of thing that you have to go out and experience on your own. This is the kind of thing that you're gonna have to experience and sit with that feeling of, fuck, I failed at this, I didn't stick to my own routine, I didn't do all of the things I should have been doing. That feeling, that gut-wrenching feeling that you're gonna have when you're there realizing, man, I could have been so much more, I could have done so much more today. This week I kind of wasted all of the time. When you realize that that feeling is gonna sit with you, that's really the motivator that's gonna push you to really realize that, maybe I'm not really meant to enjoy a lot of things that much. Though this does not mean never enjoy your life. This doesn't mean if you make a lot of money, never spend the money that you're making. This doesn't mean that if you're working towards freedom in general, towards financial, location and time freedom, you never enjoy the freedom that you have because you constantly have to do all of the things that you have to do. What I'm trying to tell you, friend, is that you have to realize that for 99.9% of the time, everything that you think is going to give you pleasure, everything that you think is going to be fun, everything that you think will make you ease your mind from that fucking moment of pushing yourself isn't actually as fun as you think, isn't actually as pleasurable as you think. And you want to know how I know this? Because I've been there. Because for many times in my life, I spent time doing things that feel good in the moment but make me feel like shit later. I spent a lot of time chasing that kind of pleasure, and I spent a lot of time debating whether I should be doing something like that or not do something like that, whether I should take the day off or not the day off, whether I should take the week off or not. And sometimes, like very recently, last week, I fell for it. And I spent most of my time smoking weed, playing games, not really working out, maybe doing some stretching here and there at home, pretending to meditate, pretending to read, not really journaling, not really following any habits. And arguably, while it was important for me to do that, because I then came to the realization that there isn't really much that I enjoy in that, because it is enjoyable in the moment, but I know I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow unless I end up doing the same thing, and then the day after I'm gonna feel even worse than the day before. Arguably, it was important to do that, but I could have been a week ahead in a lot of the things. I could have kept putting out videos since the channel was getting a bit more recognition at the time. I could have kept on doing a lot of things, but instead I decided to just sit back, relax, smoke weed, play games, pretend to be on self-improvement. And you know what? Here's the thing that I realized. Sure, it seems pleasurable, it seems fun. It seems like something that, why the fuck wouldn't I do it? It's not really anything stressful. It's not really anything that brings you a lot of fatigue. You know what the funny part is, the irony of it all? That I've actually never felt happier. I've never felt more at peace, more focused, more happy, proud of myself. Other than the times when I was just focused 100% on self-improvement and cutting everything out. Now, I've been getting back into the routine as much as possible. I've been training hard, I've been doing meditation, I've been staying away from social media, I've been eating clean again. I've been doing all of these things here. And you know, what's the first thing that I noticed? Is that even when I'm outside, without music, without headphones, I smile so much more often. I laugh more often. I'm way more sociable to people. I just feel better about myself. So, if I had to tell you that you're the kind of person that isn't meant to be living that life of, yeah, I'll drink on the weekends, yeah, I'll just play 1 hour of video games, yeah, I'll go after this girl here that I don't really like, but it's kind of the only thing that I have available as of right now, you know, you should probably stop that. You should probably stop acting in that way. You should probably, well, not probably, you should definitely stop acting like that. And you should try to really be disciplined, to really sacrifice everything in the name of self-improvement. Sacrifice everything, not even in the name of self-improvement. Sacrifice everything in the name of your own future, of your own self. Because as men, we all have goals. We all have dreams. We all have a sense of purpose. We all have this drive that makes us want to be the best, the baddest motherfucker. The guy that gets all the bitches. The guy that when you show up to a restaurant in your fucking Ferrari 458 or 812 Pista Corsa, whatever the fuck it is, everyone's like, look at that guy. And you're jacked. You got like your wife, your kids, your cars, your money, your status. You're not really gonna get there unless you focus on only really improving yourself. Staying in the trenches, being there, improving yourself 24/7. This means that even while you're taking a shit, you're thinking about things that you're supposed to be doing instead of taking a shit. While you're taking a shower, you're thinking, man, I have so much shit to do. I could be doing this instead of taking a shower. Obviously, this doesn't mean don't go out. without taking a shower. Please stay clean. Please go take a shit. Don't become constipated in the name of becoming a millionaire. But you get my point. For some men, we're just not meant to really enjoy life that much, because for some men, discipline is really the only thing that is worth it in our life. Because we feel best, because simply we feel best whenever we're really improving ourselves and focusing on ourselves. Otherwise, we just feel like we're kind of wasting time, like, yeah, I'm doing this thing here, I'm not really getting much out of it. And you know what? I was thinking about this thing here last night, and what was going through my brain while I was journaling was, smoking weed and playing video games seems fun, and listening to music and doing all of these things here. Now, I'm not someone that really smokes very often. Just last week, I don't know what the fuck got into me again, and I really wanted to smoke weed and play games, and I did this for a week. I hadn't done it in about maybe a year or so really I wasn't too mad about it, but now I kind of am. And the thing that came up to me, the thing that came into my mind was the fact that, it might seem fun from the outside. It might seem fun, the idea of it. The problem is that whenever I get actually to do it, I end up basically sitting here, bored and high, looking at the same videos, doing the same things that I would be doing when I'm extremely bored, when I'm sober. Just, it makes being bored slightly less boring. Sometimes even more boring, because then you just want something else to stimulate you. The only thing that I have to say to you is, if you're the kind of man that you think you find the most amount of fulfillment whenever you're out improving yourself, give yourself time to completely focus only on that. Forget everything else. Forget the stinky holes, forget the girls, forget everything else. Forget the New Year's party, forget the New Year's resolution, forget the whatever the fuck else is there. Forget everything. Focus on yourself for 6 months. And I mean, focus on yourself strictly, like you were as if you were to be in the fucking military. That's how serious it should be for you. Because in the military, they're not gonna let you play 1 hour of video games a day. They're not gonna let you run a little bit less on that specific day because you're tired. So what? Fuck you. Go ahead and fucking run. You're tired? Do it tired. You're sick? Maybe do it sick as well. Like, it doesn't really have to be that bad. Unless you're basically dying, or you can't walk, or you can't run, find a way. And like I said at the start, this video here isn't for everyone. This video here is for the men that feel like they could be so much better, but for some weird reason they feel like they aren't living up to their potential. If you think that you can be so much better, if you think that you can be the ideal version of you that lives in your head, if you think you could be that version of you that never skips a workout, never slacks off, always does the work and goes beyond, always takes care of himself as much as possible, always eats clean. If you think you could be that kind of man, or anywhere close to that kind of man, you have nothing to lose from trying to be that kind of man. This doesn't mean you're never going to fail. This doesn't mean you're never gonna fall short, because fuck yeah, bro, you're gonna fall short and you're gonna fail so many fucking times while trying to be that kind of person. But you know what? The fact that you're failing means nothing. If you're the kind of person that after you fall, you get back up and you're like, what went wrong? What did I do wrong this time? And what was I doing right? If you're able to be the kind of person that has that kind of talk to himself, not just blatantly having a self-negative talk and beating yourself down. If you're able to analyze the negative and the positive, what went good and what went bad, I promise you, mate, the amount of progress that you will be able to do in your life is completely out of your imagination. You have no idea how much you can improve by doing that. So, if you are that kind of man, or you think you are that kind of man, or you think you want to be that kind of man, I dare you to try it. I dare you to try it. Spend 6 months, a year, 3 months, but no less than 3 months. Spend those months, that year, those years, even if you want, focusing ruthlessly on improving yourself, making sure that unless there is like a worst case scenario, and I mean like literally worst case scenario, you never miss out on a day from your habit tracker. You never miss out on a habit. You go and hit all of your goals as much as possible, and even the ones that you didn't hit, you were so close to it that if you just tried a little bit harder, you probably would have reached it. But you know what? The game's not over. You still have shit to do anyway. So pick your bags back up again and go again and reach that fucking goal. And once you reach that goal, move the goalpost even further. And then try your hardest. Try even harder than you tried before to reach that goal in the half of the time. Anyway, friend, we're at the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you or motivated you to be something better. I hope it did something to you, and I hope it struck a chord with you. If you want to see more videos like this one and you want to see more videos from me, feel free to subscribe. There is the button under there, and there is other links in the description if you want to follow me elsewhere. I hope that you join my community, and I hope I can see you again here, and I hope that I can see you do good. I'm rooting for you, mate. And now, for me, time has come to go take a shower, go get a haircut, and go buy a Bible. Because that's the kind of shit we do around here. We take care of ourselves from the outside, from the inside, and everything else around us. Anyway, my friend, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. I'll see you on the next one.